Hello, everyone, and thank you so much to the Data Visualization Society and the organizers at the Outlier conference for having us speak with you today. It's really exciting. My name is Simone Webb, and I'm a co-founder at BlackInData and BlackInData Week. I'm also in the final year of my PhD at Newcastle University in the UK, where I look at bioinformatics and immunology. So I use coding to understand how babies form their immune systems. And just a warning, I guess, before I head off, the trigger warning for police brutality and racism as well. So I think as a point of departure, I'll start with why I'm Black in Data and what my journey has been up until now. My family is Jamaican. My grandparents actually came over to the UK, where I was born during the Windrush era. So if you know about it or can research about it, I definitely recommend it. It was a period of time in the UK just after the Second World War, where essentially many Commonwealth countries were encouraged to send people as economic migrants to the UK to work, to, I guess, boost the workforce, which was depleted after the deaths of so many people in World War II. So my family were economic migrants and came to the UK in that way. And that is why I was born in the UK, and my siblings were as well. On the bottom left is a picture of my undergraduate university, UCL. So I stayed in the same city, I didn't move very far, and did my undergrad in biology. I got really interested in using sequencing data to understand biological problems during my master's. And so then I went on to do my PhD at Newcastle University, where I am now, where I am continuing on, I guess, that journey in bioinformatics. So that's why I'm Black in Data and how I sort of got into this field in the first place. So I think I'll now speak to how Black in Data started. So last August, so this was in the aftermath of George Floyd being murdered in the States. And this was something that was felt keenly globally across the Black diaspora. Many people were really mourning after this happened because of shared experience through being people that are racialized as Black. And so, you know, we have an understanding of what police brutality means and can lead to in the UK. And so seeing that happen in the States was something we really related to. And many people did, and conversations were beginning that hadn't happened before with institutions and with friends and with family members and with people that had never really realized that this was an issue prior to that. And so this was a really racially charged time. It was really quite difficult. As I said, many people were in mourning. And organizations, you know, have been around for a very long time to bring Black people together in different fields to sort of reaffirm community and make you realize or feel that you are not the only one in this space and you are not alone. So organizations or groups like Black in STEM, Black AF in STEM, Black in Neuro ran a week prior to us. Black Birders Week really set the whole trend off. And so all of these things were put in place prior to this time in August as a way of forming community. And so we followed that mold, essentially. Ruth reached out to me in August and said, you know, let's do this, but for people that work in data. And the real point of that was to bring light in a time that was really difficult. Of course, the COVID pandemic was happening as well, and we were seeing health disparities globally in the UK as well. And so it was just sort of like we were experiencing so many things concomitantly at the same time. It was really quite a nice refuge and solace to be able to meet people and work with people on this project. So this really sprawled out. And our team started off really, you know, double this size. Some people just haven't quite got their pictures and bios in on our website. So this is a screenshot from our website. Our team really expanded out. I would definitely recommend you head to these resources to learn more about the Black in Data team. So Markia really expertly curated a really nice GitHub page for us, GitHub website for us. So I definitely recommend you go there to see all of the bios of people that you can see on your screen now. And also Blossom, our social media lead, also wrote an article commissioned by the Data Visualization Society, who have been our day one supporters. And that was sort of covering why BlackInData was formed, like I've touched on, and what our journey was. So I'll definitely recommend you head over to the site to see that article as well. So our first big project as a team, as I said, including many more people on the screen than you can see now, was BlackInData Week. So this was a week-long campaign to connect and celebrate Black people in data fields. And it was last November. Chloe, our design lead, made this really nice visualization to show all of the events that we had for each day. And Ruth will be going a lot more into this, so I'll just skip over this. This project was really collaborative. Jarrett will be speaking directly after me, and he'll be introducing our BlackInData Week partners, BlackTides, who formed a really pivotal role and integral part in BlackInData Week and developing and setting up a lot of the events that happened during the week. So just as I've introduced BlackInData to you, Jarrett will then introduce BlackTides to you, and Ruth will then conclude by speaking about the impact of this campaign and speaking about BlackInData Week in more detail. So thank you so much for your attention up until now. I'm more than happy to answer any questions at the Q&A. And I will just now hand over to Jarrett to speak a bit more about BlackTies. So thank you very much.
My name is Jarrett, and thank you for listening through Simone's portion. I'm glad you'll be fun and informative. Now we're going to talk about BlackTides. So BlackTides is the organization arm of when it comes to BlackInData. So my name is Jarrett Hurms. I am an executive committee member of BlackTides. I helped out a little bit with the formation of BlackInData Week, Data Week for 2020, and I also presented something on Tableau and R. And since then, I am now an executive committee member, so I work on a few different areas when it comes to BlackTides. In addition, I am also a business systems analyst at Wells Fargo, and I'm also an adjunct professor of decision and system sciences at St. Joseph's University. So, welcome everyone for the Outlier conference. Hope you find my section also informative as well. So first, what is BlackTides? So BlackTides is a professional network, so it's Black in technology, informatics, data science / data, epidemiology, and social sciences. So BlackTides is very much a way to be able to really we're a great venue to be able to really really network and be able to meet other Black professionals in these respective fields. Sometimes it feels like when it comes to in many of our respective jobs, sometimes it feels like I may be the only Black person, and I'm definitely not alone in that. And so this definitely shows you that there's definitely more of us out, more Black people out there when it comes to these fields, as well as be able to really get our things. So what is it like to be Black in these fields, and really gain similar and different perspectives. We are the co-organizer of BlackInData Week 2020. So again, we help when it comes to all the programming, the sharing of knowledge, when it comes to the outreach, and many of us are part of BlackTides. In addition, we are also hosts of the Black Data Network. So being able to really build up a network of Black professionals in these fields. So when it comes to our mission, we exist to support the growth and development of Black professionals in data, especially when it comes to tech, informatics, data science, epidemiology, and social sciences. So when it comes to our respective fields, again, as I mentioned, sometimes it feels like there's not that, sometimes me, and I'm definitely not alone, it feels like there's not that many of us. Again, it's not like, let's know that there is definitely plenty of us out there, and we're here for each other. Also, in addition, we also help kind of dispel some of those falsities, including maybe some executives saying, "Oh, there's no Black talent to choose from." No, there isn't. There's plenty. You just have to be able to look. We work when it comes to community and company partnerships. We work when it comes to building up a network, because one of the things we've said during Black and Data Week is our network is our net worth. So we develop a net worth of other great professionals whom we enjoy being around, really getting ideas from and learning from, as well as being able to gain new skills when it comes through sessions in varying areas of data. So be able to really learn off each other, really just talk, honestly, sometimes. Organization-wise, so when it comes to our structure, first we have our executive committee. So again, that's where I'm also in. So we help with a lot of the everyday operations and decision making. So it comes to things such as finding companies to partner with, or when it comes to outreach, when it comes to a lot of different things, we work with that. We work with developing programming and events for everyone. We also run the social media and be able to figure out what would be good things to do for Black Tides. So we have our co-leads, and then we have our Tides areas. So we have respective people when it comes to technology, informatics, data science, epidemiology, and social sciences. We have obviously our outreach and networking. So making sure we can reach out to companies to kind of either work with or future sponsors, or when it comes to if they want to do something with Black Tides, as well as network. We also help find people or to help build a network when it comes to our community. So because again, iron sharpens iron, and it's always really good to be able to meet people from varying geographical areas. And it's also good to be able to, in case you are to ever move or want to be on the job market in other areas, that's to be able to, you don't have to necessarily start from zero. Marketing and web. So again, we have a marketing team to help market a lot of our events. We have social media, including especially Twitter and LinkedIn. Mentoring and professional development. Again, we offer mentoring, so anyone who wants a mentor can get a mentor. Anyone who would like to mentor someone can, of course, mentor someone. And then we offer a lot of professional development, because whether you are new or up and coming into these respective fields, or you have a good amount of skills, you want to either sharpen some certain skills or increase your skills in something you may not do a lot in your everyday jobs. And then obviously, last but not least, we obviously have strategy, operations, and finance. So a lot of the kind of the background when it comes to the operational portion of Black Tides. And obviously, general membership, we have our Black Tides members who obviously attend events, give and receive mentorship if they like, as well as engage in a lot of our programming, which I'll actually get to in our next slide. So engagement with Black Tides, so we have a number of different things. So we have mentorship programs. So again, we have professionals anywhere from college students and recent college grads to 20 or so year professionals in these fields. So there's definitely a very huge need to be able to kind of help find a mentor, or at least help mentor someone, because some of us may not have in our everyday careers, and sometimes we may have a mentor but not be the best mentor. So we definitely find someone who we kind of look. So if we want to be able to find someone we may look up to, be able to help make it, as well as help build our network. BlackInData network monthly meetings. So in addition, we have regular meetings. We do have things such as networking, professional development. We talk about future events. We talk about our programming, as well as future ways to be engaged with Black Tides. As I mentioned, we do have a lot of programming. So one of our recent ones, we have Journal Club. So we actually started that back on the January 28th. So we're going to have that probably about once a month. So Journal Club is actually where we find a journal article written by a Black data professional, and we kind of talk about it, kind of like a book club, but for a journal article. So it definitely highlight It's a very good one. So I know our most recent one, we talked about one that was on machine learning techniques. We also have data professional panels. So one we're having in the near future is for March, which is Women's History Month. We're going to have a Black woman data panel. So we're going to talk, and they'll talk about varying areas when it comes to women in data. Future programming, we have utilizing MOOCs or MOOCs for upskilling. So again, whether it be developing skills because you're new or up and coming in data, or if you wanted to, or to be able to increase your skills in certain things that you may be deficient in. We're going to have some of those things in that. We'll be building a GitHub profile so we'll be able to talk about code, share code wherever possible. Be soon having stuff related to data visualization, so maybe a few demonstrations, as well as learning about how to make your visualizations more impactful. In addition, we have a few other things, including we're in the process of potentially making a podcast that will be on YouTube, such a YouTube channel. So we can have anywhere from interviews to demonstrations of certain techniques in data, or even just to talk about certain things. So there's a lot. So there's definitely a good amount in the pipeline for 2021, and there's still even more that will be up and coming as we kind of develop those ideas as we go through 2021. So there's definitely a lot to be engaged with when it comes to BlackTides. So if you want to stay connected with BlackTides on Twitter, you can find us on Twitter, and both Twitter and LinkedIn, as well as Cord. So our Twitter, which is one of our biggest platforms, you can find us at BlackTides1, not BlackTides, at BlackTides1. You can also find us on LinkedIn. We have a LinkedIn group that you can be able to join and find other professionals on LinkedIn. And then we also have a Cord. You can be able to kind of sign up for a Cord and be able to request to join. If you have any questions for me, or even if you want to connect with me, or if you have questions, or even just connect, you can find me on Twitter and LinkedIn as well. So again, my Twitter is at Jarrett Hurms. That is with 2 R's and 2 T's, and that's with the J and the H capitalized. And then you can also find me on LinkedIn. So again, it's pretty much my first and last name. But again, as I mentioned, follow BlackTides on Twitter. You will talk about a lot of our future programming, share articles, retweet stuff. So it's definitely something to consider. Thank you for your time. And now on to Ruth.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to be here and invited to speak at the 2021 Outlier Conference, brought to you by the Data Visualization Society. My name is Dr. Ruth Agbakoba, and I am a health innovator with a background in informatics. I am proud to be co-founder of BlackInData, which brings together a community of Black people around the world working in data fields. Firstly, I'd like to thank my colleagues Simone Webb and Jarrett Hurms for providing an insight into our very humble beginnings and the BlackInData and BlackTIDES collaboration that birthed BlackInData Week. I'd also like to thank sincerely and acknowledge all of our colleagues who invested heavily in the planning and execution of the launch of the phenomenal week. So, just to give you a brief overview of what I will be discussing in this presentation today, I'll start with an insight into our long-term vision, and then I'll speak about our partners and those who supported our shared vision, who were so keen to collaborate with us in various ways to bring to life BlackInData Week. I'll then speak about our global impact in such a short space of time, and then finally, the BlackInData legacy that we are establishing. Okay, so our long-term vision, it involves creating systemic, long-term and meaningful change in the data science field and in data field in general. We are working to address structural pipeline issues to ensure equity of opportunity, and we are delighted to provide a global network for Black professionals to connect and collaborate. And within that, we have already started to develop a mentorship network, and this is all a part of what we call the BlackInData legacy. Now, we know that allies are the core strength of any movement, and they're integral to enabling systemic change. We would encourage and love to see more allies join us as we share beliefs which are at the core of us just as human beings. We care about representation, we care about a better world, we share living values, we believe in equity, and we are the change that we want to see. So, let's dive into the world of Black in Data Week. So our week-long celebration provided an opportunity for people to introduce themselves and to tell us a little bit about their journey and why they are Black in data. And it was at this point that we as a team began to see the sheer scale of Black students, researchers, professionals, academics working in the field at a global level across several continents, and this was simply breathtaking. We also provided an opportunity for people to showcase their data skills, and I'll elaborate on that more just in a moment. And as part of the week, we also dedicated a day to Black in Data Justice. So on this day, hashtag Black in Data Justice, we hosted a live viewing of Coded Bias and held panel discussions around bias in AI algorithms and its implications and the need for policy that centers justice in the data field. Lastly, we hosted drop-in mentorship sessions and career development panel to offer guidance, advice, and support, which has been so fruitful and one of the many highlights of the week. So, once we announced Black in Data was in the works, we were completely inundated and completely flooded by international organizations who wanted to work and partner with us. And we equally were keen to work with organizations that have institutional values that align with ours. So, in the next few slides, I'll detail our partners and collaborations. So firstly, our BlackInTIDES family hosted a range of workshops from data careers to the programming languages and, of course, data visualization techniques. We also partnered with Our Ladies and the Real Scientists that enabled us to carry out Twitter takeovers throughout the entire week with a sum reach of over 111,000 followers during the entire week. And this was just so amazing, and we're so happy to see that it was well received. Now, in line with our long-term goals, we partnered with Health Data Research UK, which is the leading organisation for data science in the UK. We have input on their Black Internship Advisory Board for their newly launched Black Internship Programme with Health Data Science. We share the importance for diversity in data, people, skills, and perspectives. And this annual program, starting this summer 2021, is offering 50 paid internships nationally across the country. And it's so wonderful to see that organizations are standing by their promises to tackle structural and institutional anti-Black racism. Lastly, it was a complete joy and honor to collaborate with the Data Visualization Society. They provided Black in Data their platform to host the Black in Data Visualization Challenge. And participants could submit visualizations that demonstrated something they were passionate about. And many of the visualizations that we received were completely outstanding for the 2020 entries, especially in terms of social justice. There was such a high caliber of submission, so I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the top 3 winners that received complimentary tickets to Outlier 2021. We're so excited and we look forward to collaborating with the Data Visualization Society in the future. So, our global impact. So we're delighted to have had such a global impact in such a short space of time, both on an individual level and system level. Part of the success of the week aligns with our Black in Data legacy, which is our Black in Data directory. This is where you can get a visual of the breadth of the Black in Data community worldwide, and it's free to join, and we've managed to create very fruitful mentorship opportunities. We've also received an influx of additional interest from potential new collaborators for Black in Data Week 2021, so we're super excited. And the week in its entirety has been highly featured and publicized, which has opened new doors for us. So here you'll see some of the features that we were in: the Nightingale, Real Scientist, and built in courtesy of the Sadie Collective. And to bring it all home to the Black in Data legacy and to the motivation behind Black in Data Week, we want to see data science used to empower people and not marginalize them. We want to see a future where representation will no longer be a discussion. We aim to create a global community of Black leaders, and we will continue to foster collaborations, mentorship, and respect in the field, whilst elevating the voices of those already in the field. And ultimately, we would like to inspire the next generation of Black scientists. Thank you ever so much for listening, and I'll be more than happy to take any questions.